Oh, here we go. 'Cause I love you. All right. I love you. I love you guys. No, I don't. Yes, I do. I'm having a little pause so I can think about what I want to say. I actually really know what I want to say. And it's about thinking and why we think so goddamn much. Why do we think so much? And why do we think that thinking so much is good? And is thinking so much good? And have you ever stopped to think about how much you think and what it does to you? And have you ever actually watched yourself think a single thought and then grab onto it and run with it and then find yourself obsessed or feeling bad an hour later? And you kind of act like you don't know why, but the truth is that you know that somewhere around an hour before you started thinking and it just didn't go well because you weren't paying attention. And I'm not saying examine all your thoughts all the time. That's kind of a waste of time and it can become a really self-absorbed process. But what I'm saying is that your thoughts are the beginning of a lot of things that happen in your life. It's not things that happen outside of you that come at you from the exterior that create your life. It's your thinking, right? Like it's not good or bad, but thinking that makes it so. So, I was listening to a man this morning talk about thinking, and he's like, I like to think about myself a lot. I just like to think a lot in general. And I like to use my mind a lot. And he said, but the truth is that my mind uses me. And I thought, oh God, that's just a perfect depiction of when you don't pay attention to what your mind is cooking up, how it rules your life. And I don't know about you, but I want a happy life. I want to feel good about what I'm doing, what's going on, the things that are happening around me that I'm creating. And I want to be able to be emotionally and mentally stable enough to handle the stuff that's going to happen, no matter what I do or try to avoid it, that doesn't please me or that is difficult, right? Because that's life. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always going to be. Problems are going to come. And things are going to happen that I don't like and that I find it hard to control. So, how do you switch from being somebody who is obsessive in your thinking and over analytical in a way that actually destroys your day more often than you'd like, that leads you down rabbit holes that make you anxious or stressed or depressed? Because those things, once again, those feelings and different situations will come and we will have those feelings and we will have to deal with those situations. I'm not trying to have a perfectly emotionally balanced life here. But what I'm talking about is, what do you do? How can you start a practice of learning how to understand your thoughts and how to kind of nip them in the butt when they start going down that ugly, dark rabbit hole? Okay, so the first thing, very simple, deep breath. Your thoughts are patterned on conditioning and things that are not happening basically right now. It's your perception of what's happening that's creating hormones that are creating a lot of an emotional reaction. So when I start having negative, dark, stressed out, angry, depressive feelings, I take a deep breath. Not to make the feelings disappear, but to find myself coming back to now so I can figure out how to deal with it or what's the next thing to say or not say, right? The next thing is move, 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 move. The deep breath starts oxygen circulating through your body, which clears hormones, moving your body, whatever. Get up off the couch, take a walk around the apartment, do a couple of jumping jacks, get in the car, go to the beach, take a walk the dog, go to the grocery store. Anything to get out of your head and get your body moving, because that gets your heart pumping and it gives you a little bit more clarity. And the third thing is mantras, prayers, whatever your belief system. Say things that'll clear that stuff out of your brain. Focus on things that are pleasant or pleasing, because it's actually been proven in my life and in the lives of others that, for example, when I was going through a rough patch financially, I was like really upset about it all the time. I would talk about how hard it was, and it only seemed to get worse. And instead, when I would find myself walking down the street and enjoying birds or the trees, I'd just pause and take a breath and feel grateful and feel good about what was happening in that moment, and hence feel good about myself. And I seemed to start getting through my difficulties more easily. So it's all about what you focus this thing on. And if you're smart, you got to almost be more attentive, because that thing will go, 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 go. And it'll not only cause you problems, but it'll tell you you're right and everybody else is wrong and why is things so difficult. And so we're about building holistic intelligence here, which creates a foundation for power, right? It's not just about intellectual intelligence, what you know in your education. It's also about your mental health and your emotional intelligence, which is all about dealing with life in the now, through the breath, through basic, simple tools. The stuff I'm talking about right now, this is the stuff that health experts also use to deal with trauma. So it works for basic daily little emotional upsets and people who have been majorly traumatized. I mean, along with other things, but these basic tools like, breathing, movement, mantras, they help everybody. And if they help you and me, they can help the human race. And if we can help the human race, it's only going to get better from here. So thanks for joining me. I hope you'll have a great day.